The following may contain strong opinionated views. The views and opinions expressed on this show does not necessarily reflect the views or the opinions of any social media or broadcast platform.
Hi, welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interaction. Sports with Brian Camp. So settle in with coffee in hand and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
TGIF, thank God it's Friday, and we're here for another week of fun and entertainment. And we've got you covered because you just tuned in to the Coffee Hour. We thank you so much for being along with us. And of course, all of us together, we're going to get together and involved in conversation. Everybody gets involved in conversation here. That's what the show is all about. And we got the weekend coming up. Everything looks focused. Everything looks great. And so we're going to get the show rolling right away. We thank you so much for being along for this Friday, no matter where you are around the world, although we're coming to you live from New York City. That's where we originate. But anywhere around the world where you are, you can catch us because we're global. I don't care where it is. It could be somewhere in South Carolina, across in China, even the Gulf of Mexico. I said it. The Gulf of Mexico, because that's what it is. Thank you so much, guys, for being along with us. Someone said, you just got really arrogant. I don't know. Not that often. I like to take the opportunity. I grab the opportunity when possible. Anyway, thank you so much for being along with us. And we're going to get all of you guys together. All of you guys who've been with us for a very long time. We want to thank you so much for putting up with us all of these years. Now, there's a possibility that they may be newcomers to the show, maybe for the very first time. So let's inform them on how we do these things. Now, you want to join this crazy club? It's fine. It's safe, though, but we're a little crazy here, but we have a lot of fun, and we want you in on the action, too. Okay? So as the host of the show, I get things rolling as I'm doing right now. I'm in the prep mode. I prep the show, and while I'm prepping the show, you can get involved in conversation. How do you do that? You have a keyboard in front of your computer, whether it's laptop, desktop, your tablet, your telephone. Well, that's all you need to type in whatever you want to type about. And I will see you right there on the big screen. And of course, I will entertain all of your thoughts and ideas. That's what the show is all about. Free exchange of ideas and of opinion. And I'm pretty sure you have a lot of those. And we like to learn more about you and your opinions. Now, anything goes here as far as topics. Just because I throw out a specific topic, I'm only doing it to get things started. But anytime at all, if you feel like saying something in particular, or you have a topic that you want to elaborate on right throughout the show, feel free, just type it in. If it's important to you, it's important to the rest of us. So we want you to do that, sit back, relax. Now, a lot of you may be at work right now, and you may be on your coffee hour. Now, this is what we suggest. I know every day you're on your coffee hour, and that gives you the opportunity and the allowance to coincide with all of your friends, get together with your friends and chew the fat for about 5, 10, 15, or 20 minutes, right? For your coffee break. Okay, since it's Friday and you're with me, why don't do that? Put that away until Monday morning, right? And go at your desk and continue to watch the show and be with us. And then when your coffee break is over, who knows? 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. I don't know. However long your coffee break is, when it's all over, you'll still be at your desk and you can get back to work. And they do what they call multitasking. Okay, so stay with us. Now, those of you who are hanging around the water cooler talking about what happened last night, we'll talk about that later. Get at your desk and join us as well. We invite everyone to be here. And all of you who are watching us around the world, that's great. Now, if you're here for the first time, you ought to know that we come on 3 different platforms. We're live on YouTube, we're on Facebook and Instagram as well. And for all of you guys who are watching us for the very first time, I hope that you do get acquainted with my Facebook page if you're on there right now, because that's our go-to platform right now, as opposed to Facebook. It used to be, but now the flagship platform is YouTube. So now that you're on YouTube, you found us, what we want you to do is take the time to subscribe to us. Drag your mouse over to where it says subscribe, where you're on right now. You see it there? It's in there. It's in black border and it's in white print. I guess that's how it is these days. Anyway, where you see subscribe, just click onto it. That's all it takes. And just in case you're wondering, there's nothing involved in it. No financial situations, nothing like that involved. All you have to do is just click it to. Now, we want you to click onto that because when you subscribe to us, that will let us know how many people are actually following us. And we like to keep track of people who are in touch with us these days as members. And we do that. The other reason is that now that you're a full-fledged member, you clicked onto it, you follow us. Let's say come back the next show that comes around and you happen to forget about it, right? For whatever reason, because you're new and you just ran into us, but you forgot about us. But you clicked onto us. So if you're online at the time when the show pops on, you get an instant notification right there. It reminds you right there, and you can say, boom, the show is on the air, and all you have to do is click onto that instant notification, and it brings you right to the YouTube channel, and you don't have to miss the show. Now, those of you who are watching us on Instagram, you don't have to do anything special. All you have to do is just sit back, relax, and let everything run its course. And make sure that you tell your family and friends about us, all right? That's all you have to do. That's the only thing we want you to do, is keep your family and friends and your relatives informed and let them know that we're out here and we want them part of us as well. Just keep spreading the word. And we're here each week. Look at your clock because you may be in a different time zone. Whatever your clock says, that's what time we come on in your time zone. Now, we're Eastern, so it's after 10 o'clock where we are right now. And so it could be another time zone. You could be either Pacific, Mountain, or any one of those different places. An hour difference, 2 hours difference, 3 hours difference. And if you're on the other side of the world, you're hours difference. If you're in Italy, you're 5 hours ahead of us, you know, so that's what time we come on in your area. But it is a coffee hour, and we thank you so much for being along with us. Now, right throughout the show, we've got things we're going to talk about, whatever you want to talk about. And of course, we have our little routine that we do each week as well. We've got sports coming up later on this hour. As a matter of fact, it's not too far away. It's just a few minutes away within this half hour. The latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. Brian Camp is our sports guy. Now, Brian is on a little hiatus, so we're going to take over in the meantime. He left us all the information we need to know about sports, and we're going to relay that to you, and we'll tell you about all of those things that are happening in the latest developments in today's world of sports. Also, later on in the program, as we get towards the end of the program, we're going to give you those movies. Now, you know, each week, and you newcomers ought to know about this, each week we grab what we call those classic movies. And we do that through the courtesy of, I like to say courtesy, we just grab them, right? Right off of Turner Classic Movies, right? Because that's where all the classic movies are. We take them from there and we look at the schedule there and we see that there are a lot of movies. Now, what I do is I like to pick out the movies, my picks of the week for this weekend. All right, so we could pass it along to you. All right, so that's what we do. We're going to grab those movies and we're going to bring them along. I have a few that you're going to be interested in. And these are movies that I think that you'd be interested in because when you come around towards the weekend, there are so many things to look forward to. You've got barbecue, outdoor activities, all kinds of things that are happening. And some of you may just want to sit back and relax for the weekend because the weekend is all you get after toiling all week. The weekend comes around and you just want to be who you are, right? You just want to sit back, relax. And one of the things that may relax you is just catching up on some old movies. Now, I know that you're resourceful. Everyone is resourceful these days when it comes to movies because we have so many platforms to go to, so many streaming platforms. And I just want to add to my, just add my 2 cents to all of that and give you these movies to add to your bucket list on what to watch. So we've got all of that coming up right throughout the show. Remember, all of the views and the opinions expressed on this show, the coffee hour, does not necessarily reflect the view or the opinions of the people on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Zoom, or any other social media outlet or broadcast facility. So now that we got all of that out of the way, what do? We get ready to raise our cups because, ladies and gentlemen, what would the coffee hour be without a little coffee? So, excuse me while I shoot up. Mm. Oh, that has a great kick to it. It's cinnamon today. Now, a lot of people enjoy their coffee different ways. All right. I have cinnamon. You may just have black coffee or maybe regular coffee with a little cream or skim milk or regular milk or whatever it is, homogenized milk, whatever it is that you like. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be coffee. I mean, just because we call it the coffee hour, that's the name of the show, but I just happen to like coffee. And if you don't like coffee, maybe you like tea, whatever flavor brand tea that you like, or maybe you like cocoa or hot chocolate, maybe milk, orange juice, whatever it is. Just enjoy it with us, all right? And again, stay at your desk and watch the show. And when the coffee hour or your coffee break is over where you are, then you can go back to multitasking, watching the show. We're going to be here for the entire hour. So stay with us. And here we are. It's the month of June still. Now, this is our last coffee hour for the month of June. Okay? For the month of June, this is our next coffee hour. Now, next Friday is the 4th of July, which leads me to remind you that we're going to be taking off that day. We're not going to be doing the coffee hour that day. All right. So we're going to be hanging out wherever we're hanging out, but we're going to be off that day. And besides, it's a break for you, right? Right. And 4th of July, you're going to be doing a lot of things. I hope you have a lot of plans. Some people may be going away. Some people may be doing something locally, but we're going to be taking off. So just to let you know that. But the 4th of July is uh, next Friday. But the following Friday, it's going to be our very first show of the month of July here on the Coffee Hour. So, but June is here, and we're going to finish it off. It's the 27th day of June, and a lot of things are going to be happening. And of course, we celebrate whatever we celebrate come the month of June. And as we wrap up June, we still celebrate what we have going here. We're celebrating National Portuguese Heritage Month. That's what we have right now. So all of you who are living in Portugal, or maybe you come from Portugal and you migrated here to the United States or wherever you are, all right, we still celebrate you. It's National Portuguese Heritage Month. And when you come on here, maybe you want to talk about what's happening as far as your culture is. Maybe in your community, there's a lot of celebrations going on, especially for the weekend. And by wrapping up this month, you maybe want to give us that information and let us know where those great events are taking place. And this way, we can pass it along to our friends here. So we celebrate all of that. And we like to celebrate you, all of my friends from Portugal, and even here in the United States, too. Also, I want to salute to my friends from the Caribbean because we're also celebrating another thing, what we call Caribbean Heritage Month. That's Caribbean American Heritage Month. And so all of you guys from the Caribbean that are here, that were born here, that were raised here, but you still have the Caribbean blood, we celebrate. And they may be a lot of things that are going on as far as events, outdoor events, whatever it is. Of course, we want to do that. And of course, if you desire to talk about the Caribbean heritage, we love to talk about that too as well. Talk about all of that. And so keep that in mind. Now, you're from the Caribbean, maybe you live in the Caribbean because, yeah, we broadcast, we're out there in the Caribbean, we're broadcasting here. And those of you who are in the Caribbean, make sure you tell your family and friends about this show. So we want to be big in the Caribbean, no matter where it is, whether it's in Jamaica or in Trinidad or any place in the Caribbean. We want to be part of you as well. So that's why we want to celebrate, and we want to celebrate Caribbean American Heritage Month. Now, this coming Sunday, there's an event coming along, which we're not going to neglect to tell you about because this is going to be the last month for the celebration, but there's a parade, at least in New York. I know in New York, I'm not certain, but you can let me know in your area because it's the Pride Month. We're celebrating Pride Month. And this Sunday in New York, there's going to be a parade coming down Fifth Avenue. All right. Now, I'm not so sure from what street to another street. That's something that you'll have to pick up yourself. And what I suggest that you do is go on Google and find out where the route is. And then this way you could meet the parade wherever you are. But that's what's happening now. If there's a parade in your area, a pride parade in your area that's upcoming, let us know today. Let us know today so we can pass it along to others. All right. But ours is coming up on the this Sunday, the Pride Parade. So it's Pride Month. And we're going to be wrapping it up today. This is the last thing we can tell you about it. Also, the last day to tell you about National DJ Month. So if you only like, I'm not going to force you, if you like to wish me a happy National DJs Month, I'll take it. Okay. But I want to send out a shout out to all of my friends in the radio industry who are DJs presently, DJs in the past, and maybe upcoming DJs that I don't even know who you are, but we want to drag you guys into it. And also, we can't forget about the people who work in the clubs and the mobile DJs, all right? The independent DJs who make and break records as well, just like the radio DJs, all right? You want to rope you into, you are a DJ. Okay. A long time ago, that wasn't it. They didn't have what they called DJs in the clubs. They had them, but they didn't call them DJs. Now, I guess they just call them record spinners. But you are legitimate DJs, and we like to have you aboard with us. So happy National, for the very last time, DJ Month. Okay, we're also celebrating African American Music Month. That's another good thing coming along. And this, by the way, would go great with what we're celebrating now, Caribbean American Heritage Month. Now, I couldn't tell you the Caribbean music is like out of this world. And I don't know of a person on the planet Earth that doesn't like Caribbean music. Well, sometimes we dislike certain kinds of music. I can't say 100%, but it's a worldwide music. It's a universal music, and everyone is into it. And so that goes under the umbrella of African American Music Month. Okay, and speaking of all of that, African American Music Month, there's jazz, there's gospel, there's R&B, there's hip hop, rap, all under that umbrella of African American music. And so as we wrap up this month with African American music, we also want to go back to the decades of when it all started too. We all know back in the 30s and the 40s, you had swing music along with Duke Ellington and Count Basie and Glenn Miller and all of these people who got together and played that music and made it very popular. Okay. And then when you go back to the 1950s was the doo-wop era. That dominated the 1950s. And the doo-wop started in New York. Now, a lot of people are going to, say, oh, no, it didn't. It started here. No, it started here. No, actually, it started in New York and it spread. So that was the sound. That's why it was called the sound of New York. back in the 50s. That's the doo-wop era. And then in the 1960s, you have the Motown sound, which dominated the world. And that came out of Detroit, out of Michigan. And it was very popular. And you had groups like the Temptations, the Four Tops, Martha and the Vandellas, and Diana Ross and the Supremes, and so many other people that came out of that era that gave us this music and left us a great legacy. Some no longer with us, some are still with us, and some are still doing the revivals, things like that, singing those old songs that they remember. And then when you come to the 1970s, that was when Philadelphia took over. And that was called the Philadelphia sound, because at that particular time, the disco music was really strong. And Philadelphia brought out a lot of stuff, and they dominated that era. So it was the Philadelphia sound. And then come the 1980s, house music came in, and of course, rap and the rest of the updated R&B, all of that came into mingle. And gospel, boy, you can't forget about gospel. Gospel is root music. Gospel gave birth to a lot of music that we listen to today. Now, you may not realize that, and you can go back and research that. I always say, never take my word for anything. I can tell you, but I also recommend that you all do the research for yourself just to make sure. All right. And I do that is because I'm not always right. I'm not always right. I only know what I lived through and saw and know. But there's always a lot to learn as you go along in life. But gospel music was the root music, and it gave birth to R&B as we know it today. It gave birth way back then, back in the old days. So there you go. It's African American Music Month. So a lot of you probably want to reminisce on some of the music that you remember from back then. And don't forget, you don't have to be African American to enjoy that music. All you have to do is want to enjoy it, and it's there. You don't have to be anything or be anything or say anything. Just enjoy it. It's great music. Here's something else you ought to enjoy since it's National Soul Food Month. All right. Enjoy a little soul food. I know a lot of people that never had soul food in their life, and when they finally did, they just got knocked out by it. And I know here in New York, we have a lot of soul food restaurants that a lot of people visit all over the place, in all 5 boroughs of the city. And I'm pretty sure in the South, there's no question in the South, because that's where soul food came from. It came from the South. And now it's all over the place. So while we enjoy National Soul Food, make sure that if you're going out Sunday, if you want to go to a restaurant, go out to a soul food place, enjoy it. I was raised up on soul food, so I can tell you firsthand what it's really all about. Sundays, coming back from church, going to grandma's and mom's house, right? Great food. Everyone eats when they come to my house. So enjoy some soul food this weekend too. And you can wash some of that soul food down with a little iced tea, because it's National Iced Tea Month. Whatever your flavor is, just plain iced tea, orange iced tea, black iced tea, green iced tea, green tea iced tea. Hey, all of that. That's what it is. All right. We only got this last day to talk about these great events here. You like candy? I love candy. Yeah, because it's National Candy Month too. What's your favorite candy? All right, now we're in the summer months right now, and the summer brings us seasonal candy. And what comes to mind is taffy, saltwater taffy. That's seasonal. The only time you can get saltwater taffy is around this time of the year, in the summer months. And so, if you like taffy, and I love taffy, I'm going to grab some today on the way home. I love taffy. So I'm going to grab some on the way, and you can do that. And I know in my youth days in Coney Island, I used to go to the Coney Island beach, and There's places you can go where they sell candy and they have the saltwater candy and all of that. Cotton candy, all of that. You like cotton candy? It's right there. All of that. All right. So that's what we're celebrating too. All right. Then there's fresh fruit and vegetables. Fresh fruit and vegetable month. Get many of the vegetables and fruits that you can inside your body. You don't have to do it all at once. You don't have to carry an apple in one hand and a carrot in the other hand. Uh, but make sure you get, a certain amount of veggies in your body. They say that the body requires 5 servings a day, but I don't know of anyone that will actually eat 5 servings of vegetables and fruits a day. Some people rely on the supplements that may provide. It's not as good as the real thing, but a lot of people use supplements, which is a good idea as well. But if you can't get like 5 servings, you get as much as you can. Eat your fruits and vegetables. So that's what we're celebrating. And you don't have to have a particular month to enjoy fruits and vegetables. National Cat Adopt a Cat Month. It's National Adopt a Cat Month. You like the little kitties? Well, this is a good time to adopt one. At any time is a good time to adopt one. All right, because people are out there just waiting, just waiting to have their new cats adopted. And you can go to your nearest ASPCA. All right. So that's what's happening for this month of June. A lot of things are happening, right? We took off half of the show already. Anyway, just in case you're just joining us, the name of the show is called Talk Back. I'm sorry. It's the coffee hour. And it's you and I until the top of the hour and enjoying coffee and having a little fun. And those of you who decide to join in conversation, please give us your weather forecast. Give us something that doesn't have to be extensive. It could be like an emoji and something that may say it's 65 degrees going up to 75 degrees for the high or something like that. It doesn't have to be a full-blown weather forecast. Now, you don't have to do it. That's nothing that we say that has to be done. It's not required, but we also just like to do it. Just like to do it. All right. And if you would do that, that would be great. But those of you who are in the vicinity of New York City, you don't have to worry about it because I'm going to take care of the local forecast in our area right now. And the weather is not bad in New York. I'm talking to New York, so I'm paying attention to New York. Right, New York is right now. It's 68 degrees. That's what we're enjoying right now. It's 68 degrees outdoors, and the sun is peekaboo. The sun is peekaboo, and so it's in and out, and we may have a little rain. As a matter of fact, let me just give you the weather forecast, just so you know how it is. Right now, we've got cloudy early with peaks of sunshine. Okay, it's cloudy early, peaks of sunshine. That's what we got right now. And we're going to have a high around 74 degrees outdoors. Winds will be east-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. For tonight, considerable cloudiness, occasional rain, showers. After midnight, we'll have a low 66 degrees. Weather got cooler here in New York after the heat wave that we had. Winds will be east-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain, 50%. Saturday, well, we'll have scattered thunderstorms developing during the afternoon. Storms may contain strong gusty winds. We'll have a high around 85 degrees, wind south at 5 to 10 miles per hour, chance of rain only 40%. So you kind of like act accordingly with that weather because we don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a downpour. We don't know. We'll see about that. But just so you know, Saturday night, scattered thunderstorms in the evening, partly cloudy skies overnight. We'll have a low 73. Winds will be west-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain will be 50%. And as we wrap up our week or our weekend, we do so with 90-degree temperatures on Sunday, mostly sunny skies, and winds will be light and variable. So if you're looking to go out, on Sunday, you don't have to take the umbrella. You want to go to church, but it's going to be warm. We're going to go back up to 90 degrees. And so just act accordingly. So that's our weather in New York. Repeating our temperature, we have 68 degrees out there. It yo-yos. It goes up and down, up and down, up and down. Right? But that's what we have. So thank you so much for being along with us. Yes, it is the coffee hour. Thank you guys for being along with us. We're live here. And again, get acquainted with my YouTube channel. We want everybody to get acquainted with that. That's very important to us as we get together and just have a little fun, do a little dance, make a little love. Let's get down tonight. Get down tonight. Okay. We're going to go on to sports right now. We're way behind sports right now. Brian Camp is usually here to give us the latest developments today's world of sports, but he's on hiatus, and we're going to take care of all of that right now. So let's go and do a little sports update. And on this day, on the 27th of June, on this day, 1959, players voted Hank Aaron unanimously for the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. In 1977, Willie McCovey smashes 2 home runs in an inning for the second time. In 1979, Muhammad Ali confirms that his third retirement is final, and it was. And back in 1988, Mike Tyson knocked out Michael Spinks in 91 seconds in Atlantic City, and the prize was $67 million. In 1993, New York Mets pitcher Anthony Young loses record 24th straight game. And in 2017, Serena Williams poses and as she was pregnant and nude for the cover of Vanity magazine. I don't remember that one. How did I miss that one? Okay. Birthdays in 1943, Enrico Petrocelli from the Boston Red Sox was born in Brooklyn, New York. In 1956, Brad Childress, NFL NCAA coach, was born in Aurora, Illinois. In 1964, Chuck Pearson from the San Antonio Spurs was born in Bentley, Alabama. And in 1990, Bobby Wagner of the NFL was born in Los Angeles, California. In other sports, Major League Baseball annual celebration of long balls is fast approaching, with the 2025 Home Run Derby set for Monday, July 14th, at the Truist Park in Atlanta, and sluggers dreaming of joining the exclusive list of winners. Now, this year's participants are not yet official, but a handful of stars are already voicing their desire to swing for the fences. And while we should expect some veterans in the field, like 2-time winner Pete Alonso, and the Home Run Derby can be showcased for the game's up-and-coming young hitters. 2-time Wimbledon champion Andy Murray is to help design a statue of himself to mark the grass court tournament's 150th anniversary in 2027. Wimbledon organizers said Tuesday that they aim to unveil the statue of the British tennis great during the 2027 edition. Murray ended Britain's 77-year wait for the home champion in men's singles in 2013 when he beat Novak Djokovic in the final. Murray won a second title and his third Grand Slam singles title overall in the 2016 final against Emilio Raonic. Archie Manning is heading into the first season as Texas full-time starter and is favorable to win the Heisman Trophy. The junior quarterback is plus 600 at BetMGM is to win the trophy in December, as taking over the Quinn Ewers. Manning, the top quarterback in the class of 2023, appeared in 10 games and started 2 in 2024 when Irwin was sidelined by an oblique injury. The anticipated return of Jake Paul to the ring after a 7-month hiatus is set to start coming this Saturday, as a matter of fact, and it will be facing off. He will be facing off against the former world champion Julio Chavez Jr. at the Honda Center in Anaheim, California. Paul, a unique figure in the boxing world, transformed from a social media influencer to a professional boxer with a record of 11 wins and 1 loss, including 7 knockout victories, has most sophisticated win and was against Mike Tyson. And that happened November 24th of November in 2024. And this fight became the most streamed sporting event in Netflix, with the estimate of 65 million viewers. The Arizona Diamondbacks are one small step from the securing up to $5 million to help the renovation of the team's downtown home, Chase Field. The Arizona House of Representatives voted to approve House Bill 2704 by 35-20 margin on Monday. It will recapture sales titles and capture the taxes from the stadium and other adjacent buildings over the next 30 years and reinvent themselves into the infrastructure at the reactable roof structure, which has the home of the Diamondbacks has been since 1998. And that's what's happening in the world of sports. And we thank Brian for giving us that information, the information on today's world of sports. And speaking of sports, I mentioned it last night on the show. Well, the New York Yankees had the night off last night. And by the way, just before I talk about that, if you are looking for your favorite teams to play, go and check out your local listings and make sure that you find out where they're playing. And in your area, you can find out what channel they're playing on, the whole 9 yards. And you can do that by Googling it. But getting back to the Yankees, and I bring up the Yankees because it's my team. The Yankees is my team. The Yankees have been my team for the past since I'm 14 years old. Oh, that was a long time ago. And I'm always going to be with them. All of these years, and I'm still going to be with them. And I bring up the Yankees, they're my team, but I got to tell you, even though they won the game, in the series, they played the Cincinnati Reds this week. Cincinnati Reds won 2 out of 3 of those games. The Yankees won the last game, which was 6. I believe the score was 6-1, if my memory serves me correctly, and that gave them a rest for last night. Now they're coming in to play the A's at Yankee Stadium. They're home playing the Yankee Stadium, and it's going to start tonight, somewhere I think around 7:10, somewhere in that area. All right. The reason why I want to talk about the Yankees, and I want, if anyone is a Yankee fan, maybe you agree with me or don't agree with me. I always wonder why, even though the Yankees are in first place, but they're losing a lot of games, but they managed to keep up the pace where they could stay in first place. But I don't want them to fall apart. And it seems to me like every time they get let's say, for instance, they get a score of, let's say, 1 or 2-0, right? And they hold that score for a long time, all right, until they get to the late innings. And when they get to the 9th inning, it just seems that they lost it, and the other team, the opposition, bypasses it and takes the game. It happens a lot with the Yankees. I noticed that. So Yankees, I'm encouraging you to get it together. And let's stay in first place. I love you guys. You guys are making my season. I want to see you get into the World Series. That's what I want to see. You got into it last week or last year, and you lost it. Okay? You lost it. And you had to, and see, this is the thing I'm talking about. When you lost that game, I mean, I wanted you, if you had to lose that game, I didn't want you to lose it at Yankee Stadium. I wanted you to go back to Los Angeles to play the Dodgers and lose there, not at Yankee Stadium. So, guys, you understand what I'm talking about? The Yankees need to tighten it up. Tighten it up. And of course, they have to tighten up that bullpen too. They have to do that as well. It's a lot. So, um, that's it for the Yankees. So please, this weekend, what I want you to do, if you can possibly do it, sweep. I'm looking forward to a sweep. I don't think I'm asking a lot. I don't think I'm asking a lot. So please, guys, tighten it up. Okay. If you're just joining up, then the show is called The Coffee Hour. I want to thank all of you for joining us for this day, for this Friday. And I want to remind you that next Friday we're going to be taking off because next Friday is the 4th of July. A lot of people are taking off and doing their thing. And we want to do the same thing. So we're going to be taking off. Our Talk Back Live show will go on, which I will tell you about that before we go off the air. But next Friday, we're going to be taking off. And so stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot to talk about. We just gave you sports, thanks to Brian Kemp. And of course, so many things are happening. And later on in the program, not too far away, we are going to give you the information about the movies that we always talk about, those movies, those great Turner Classic movies that we bring you. Okay? Okay. So that'll be it for that. Okay. Keep it going. Keep it going for the coffee hour. Let's hear it for the coffee hour. Okay, here we go. Actress Lynn Hamilton, who was best known for her character in the sitcom Sanford and Son and historic drama The Waltons, has died. A representative for the late actress, Calvin Carson, shared the news on her death in a joint statement posted on Facebook. And he said Hamilton died last Thursday, surrounded by her grandchildren, loved ones, and caregivers. She was 95 years old. Mick Ralphs, the founding leader, guitarist of Bad Company, has died, and his death was announced on Monday. The survivor Bad Company bandmates Paul Rogers and Simon Kirke paid tribute to Ralphs. The cause of his death was not shared. He was 81 years old. Bobby Sherman, a teen heartthrob of the 1960s and 70s, has died. Sherman was a singer, actor, and teen idol. Sherman started his career in show business in the early 60s. He made his first mark in the entertainment world as a singer and would go on to have a series of hits and singles, including the million-seller Little Woman. Sherman released about 24 singles in the 1960s, 70s. Among them were some familiar tunes like La La La, If I Can Have You, or If I Had You, Julie, Do You Love Me, and Easy Come, Easy Go. Acting also played a very important part to Sherman's show business career. And his first acting role came in 1965 in a detective series called Honey West. He was already a full-fledged teen idol when he was chosen in 1968 to one of the stars of the series, Here Come the Brides. It was his most memorable role. He was 81 years old. Dolly Does Vegas. Now, Dolly Does Vegas has a joyful ring to it, and a country superstar is posed to follow through. Dolly Parton will return to Las Vegas, the Las Vegas Strip, for the first extended period run in 32 years. With 6 shows at the Coliseum and Caesar's Palace, Dolly Live Las Vegas will hit the venue on December 4th, 6th, 7th, 10th, and 12th, and the 13th as well, to coincide with the national finales or the finals rodeo. Now, tickets are on sale at this moment via Ticketmaster.com, and a series of VIP packages will include personal photo opportunities with Parton on stage and the tour as well. And you can get access to Dolly's Rhinestone Lounge, and all shows will start at 8 p.m. Brandy and Monica have announced their first ever co-headlining the Boy Is Mine tour featuring special guests Kelly Rowland, Muni Long, and American Idol winner Jamal Roberts. The R&B Titans will hit the road for a 24-city arena tour, and it will be kicking off in Cincinnati, Ohio on October 16th, and it will stop on the tour, including stops on the tour will be included Atlanta, Los Angeles, and Brooklyn before heading down to Houston for the final show on December 7th. A Broadway actress turned solo pop sensation is taking her act on the road. Renee Rapp, better known for her role as Regina George in Mean Girls on Broadway, has announced a new headline tour Monday. Rapp is recent years has become the Generation Z breakout star with the help of her fame from Sex Lives on College Girls will embark on the 16-city tour beginning September 23rd. And the news comes from ahead of August 1st, release of her highly anticipated second album, Bite Me. Okay, Rapp releases her newest single, Leave Me Alone, which will be part of the upcoming album roughly 3 years after starting her solo music career. Birthdays today. Actor Tobey Maguire is 50 years old today. Actress Julia Duff is 74. Pianist Frank Mills, who did the legendary Sound of Music box dancer, is 83 years old today. Former politician, the late Ross Perot, would have been 95. Bob Keenan, who did Captain Kangaroo, would have been 98. And bebop jazz pianist Elmo Hope would have been 102 years old today. So happy birthday to all of them, the ones who are alive and well today with us. And we say happy birthday to the ones who are no longer with us. But we do remember you, and we do salute you, and we do celebrate your birthday on this day. And those of you who may be having birthdays that are coming up, we would love to acknowledge that for you. Just let us know. And what we want you to do is to give us your birthday. Let us know when it is, and we'll say it right here. And you can do it yourself by coming online and just talking to us anyway. But if you want us to do it, fine, we will do it for you. All you have to do is get in touch with us. Now, I have 2 sources how you can do that. I have an email address and a telephone number. So I'm going to give you the email address first, right? The email address is Frank Allan Prod. Allan is spelled Allan. And the reason why I specify that is because you already know that Allan is spelled different ways, many different ways. And we want you to spell it the right way. We give you that information because if you happen to spell it the wrong way, I may not get your information, because one little small mistake or one little small typo or missing character, something like that, will not get us there. So spell it precisely, Allan. Prod is Prod, that's short for productions. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. Now, the telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. Now, you can call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. The same with the email, all of that time. And of course, you can leave a message if you call. And of course, we will return your phone call as well. Because if you take the time out to get in touch with us, we want to at least extend the courtesy of getting back in touch with you. Okay? So keep that information that I just gave you too in your electronic devices, such as your computer, whether it's laptop or desktop, or maybe your tablet, or maybe your telephone. Telephones we know that you carry everywhere you go. You're not going to carry your desktop with you, right? That's a lot of weight. And a lot of you carry your laptops with you, though. All right, carry it in a bag. It's right there. And of course, the telephone right in the pocket. All right. And so with the telephone, all you have to do is just punch it up. It's right there. And whenever you need it, you can use it. All right. But keep it in all your devices. Because if you're on one device, you may be on another one later or whatever, but it's right there whenever you need it. All right. So keep that with you. So let me give you that email address once again. The email address is frankallenprod@aol.com. That's frankallenprod@aol.com. The telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. You get in touch with us, and even if it's just so much to say hello, or you want to critique the show or anything like that, it's up to you. Okay? We look forward to hearing from you. Those of you who voted in the primaries this week, because they had the primary voting, and if you missed out on it, well, I guess it's a little late now to talk about it, but in our area here in New York, they voted, and a shocking thing happened. Now, we have one of the two people have thrown their hat in the ring, and they're going out for mayor of the city. Now, our current mayor this time around is not going to be on the ticket in the Democratic Party. He's gonna run independently. All right. Then you had Andrew Cuomo, who is running, and then you have this newbie. We call him a newbie. He's young, he's fresh, and he's only 33 years old, and his name is Zohran Madani. Zohran Madani. And he's new, 33 years old, and he beat out Andrew Cuomo in the primaries to run in the race. Okay? And so they say if he wins this election in November, he is going to be the first Muslim that will hold that office. The very first. Now, it's not important to me whether you're Muslim, you're Jewish, or whatever. That's not important to me. The important thing to me is if you can do the job, if you have the stamina to do the job, if you want to do the job, if you are faithful enough to your constituents to do the job. That's important to me. Now, I don't know why people just, linger on the thought, okay, he's Muslim or she's Muslim, so what? So what? That's the problem we have. I think we should throw that thought out of the window and just look for a person that no matter where they are, male, female, whatever religion that you have, no matter where you come from, can you do the job? As long as, of course, you have to be a U.S. citizen to run for office here, especially for the president of the United States, you have to be a U.S. citizen, and there you go. Now, I don't know if you have to be a U.S. citizen to run for local offices. I'm not sure about that, but I do know for the presidency. Anyway, this new person, Zohran Madani, is going for it. Now, let me tell you, I'm an independent, so I couldn't vote in the primaries. They don't allow you to vote in the primaries here in New York. And if you could school me and let me know if in your area, if they allow that to happen, but here in New York, they don't allow you to do it if you're independent. You can't vote in the primaries. So I'm going to have to wait for the general election to come around, which is in November. Now, that'll give me time to make up my mind who I really want to vote for. And so far, I haven't made up my mind. And I'm keeping an eye on the new guy. What I'm impressed about the new guy right now is he's young and he's fresh-minded and he has ideas. I heard his ideas. I like his ideas, but I want to see how far he's going to go. Because ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to politics, it's not always on the up and up. And if you look at this present administration in the White House, it tells the story right there. A lot of you thought that you're going to be living high on the hog. You're going to enjoy that townhouse. You're going to move out of that trailer park. And now you're not going to get that townhouse and you're going to stay in that trailer park because you got duped. All right. You don't want a politician that's going to tell you one thing and do another thing. So that's why you have to keep tabs. So I always say when you vote, vote very wisely. I'm hoping that the people, not only in our area, around the country, who voted for the people that they want to put in office to do the job, I hope you know the person very well enough to put them in there and say, okay, I know this person is going to do that. Look at the past record, see what their past record was. And then you go from there. That's how you do it. Because this guy in the White House never had any experience when he got into office the first time. Okay. And you want to look at things like that. Okay. So use your vote wisely, and then when the president, when the elections times comes around, then you'll know who to vote for. I didn't decide yet, and I will. I do. I already decided who I'm not voting for. That's for sure. I already decided that already. I thought I was sold out in New York. As a New Yorker, I thought I was sold out. So I didn't. I know who I'm not voting for, but I don't know who I'm voting for just yet. We'll see about that. Okay, I have those movies, ladies and gentlemen, that I want to tell you about. I have four of them this week, and these are movies from Turner Classic Movies. Now, being that the weekend is here, right? It's coming up. It's here. After 4 or 5 o'clock, you're going to be on your way, right? But it's here, and I just want to throw my 2 cents into the arena of movies that you may like. Okay, and I have 4 of them this week from Turner Classic Movies. Now, here's the one that I admired very much. And the very first time I saw this movie, it was, they had translated, it wasn't a yeah, but they changed the voices. They put American voices on top of it so you could understand it. I haven't seen it since. And now when they broadcast it these days, it's in the native tongue of Brazil. But they have the subtitles that you could read off. But it's a great movie. You'll understand that whether you have to read from the subtitles or whatever. It's called Black Orpheus from 1959, starring Breno Mello and Marpressa Dawn. It's a great love story, and I think you're going to like it. It's on Turner Classic Movies. You can see it Saturday at 6 a.m. if you don't want to get up that early to watch it. Of course, you could DVR it and then watch it later at your own convenience. But it's a very, very good movie. It's very rarely played, and I suggest this movie highly. Sorry, Wrong Number from 1948 with Barbara Stanwyck, Burt Lancaster, and Ann Richards. That's on Turner Classic Movies. You can check that out come Sunday. Now, it comes on twice. Pick your choice. Sunday morning at 12:30 a.m., around midnight, right? And then again, it's 10 a.m. after that. That's the second time around. So you can get a chance to see it twice. Sorry, Wrong Number. A classic black and white movie. A murderous kind of movie. Shop Around the Corner from 1940. All right. This one stars Margaret Sullivan, James Stewart, and Frank Morgan. This is on Turner Classic Movies. It's a nice black and white comedy. And it's on Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern. All right, you'll be back from church at the time. We're just getting back, right? Okay, and then you have On the Waterfront from 1954. Marlon Brando, Carl Malden, and Lee J. Cobb. That's Turner Classic Movies. That's Sunday at 3:45 p.m. Eastern. And they're all classic movies. Check them out. Now go to Turner Classic Movies and go down the line of the program guide, because they may be other movies that I didn't mention, only because these are my picks of the week. And you could watch those, put it in your bucket list of what to watch, and check them out. Also, while you're there, you can go on demand and watch some of the free movies. And then you have the pay-per-view movies, and then you have children's movies, children's programming, sporting events, all kinds of things. All right. Documentaries. I love documentaries. It's all right there. So check it out. Okay, so let me give you these movies once again. Black Orpheus, Brendo Mello, and Marpress Dawn. That's Sunday at 6 a.m. Eastern. Sorry, wrong number, with Barbara Stanwyck, Burt Lancaster, and Ann Richards. That's Turner Classic Movies Sunday at 12:30 a.m. and then again at 10 a.m. Eastern. Shop Around the Corner with Margaret Sullivan, James Stewart, and Frank Morgan. Turner Classic Movies Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern. And On the Waterfront, Marlon Brando, Carl Malden, Vijay Cobb, Sunday, 3:45 p.m. Eastern. I hope you get a chance to watch these movies, and I do hope that you like them. They're very good movies. That's going to wrap it up for me, ladies and gentlemen. I had a good time. I'm going to come back on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern for Talk Back Live. I'll be here with the latest developments in today's world of sports. I look forward to seeing you then. We're going to be off next Friday for the coffee hour, so you can join us the following week. So that's the story on that. So have a great day, a great weekend, and a great 4th of July holiday weekend. And I'll see you guys back here on Thursday. Take care. So long.
You've been watching The Coffee Hour with your host Frank Allan. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stenke. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on The Coffee Hour.